Hey guys, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman, and this week I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I apologize for my voice, but there's no rest for the wicked. Anyways, Mercedes-Benz was kind enough to provide me with their EQB 300 4MATIC, or essentially all-wheel drive, all-electric, affordable luxury SUV. So before I show you how this all-electric SUV fits your lifestyle, here's what's new in 2023. The EQB is considered Mercedes-Benz's most affordable all-electric compact SUV in North America. Unlike the ultra-luxury EQS SUV, which carries a price tag of over $100,000 and offers futuristic tech and loads of gadgets, this more modest luxury SUV will offer owners a confident handling and luxe interior which Mercedes has built a reputation for without the six-figure price. Now, because the EQB was only introduced in the summer of 2022, most features are carryover for 2023. So buyers will still have the option to purchase the EQB 300 4MATIC, or essentially all-wheel drive, with 243 miles in range, or the EQB 350 4MATIC with 227 miles in range, and optional seating for 7 in both. But the big news for 2023 is the introduction of the entry-level EQB 250 Plus model, which comes equipped as a single motor front-wheel drive and delivers slightly more estimated range at 250 miles or 402 kilometers. So like I said, this week I'm reviewing the EQB 300 4MATIC. This is equipped with a 70.5 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is producing 225 electric horsepower with 288 pound-feet of torque, and 0 to 60 times are suggested around the 7-second marker, which is like meh. But let's see. Sport mode activated. Let's go. Meh. Like competitors Genesis with their GV60 or the Volvo XC40 Recharge, the EQB also offers 3 levels of charging. Competitors aside, the EQB is equipped with an onboard 9.6 kilowatt AC charging and 100 kilowatt DC fast charging system, which assists in speeding up charge times. Level 1 is always slow and allows owners to use a basic 120 volt connection, and regardless of manufacturer, it takes days to recharge from empty to full. Level 2 charging utilizes an at-home installed 240 volt unit, and Mercedes estimates charge times from 10 to 100% full in just shy of 8 hours. Level 3 DC fast charging includes the use of higher voltage public charging towers, and again, Mercedes suggests charge times of 10 to 80% full in 32 minutes. Luckily, the Mercedes navigation system is standard and intuitive and makes finding public charging stations easy while on the go. Look down in the description for my real-world charge times and costs. Your EQB 300 4MATIC is equipped with braking regeneration, and it's conveniently placed as paddle shifters in front of your steering wheel. You'll know that you're using your braking regen because either a plus sign or a minus sign will show up beside the D on your digital driver cluster. Also, keep in mind the strength of your braking regen is different in between eco, comfort, and sport mode. Also, ask your sales representative about complimentary charging, and then this is super important. This is equipped this week with the optional 19-inch wheels. This reduces my overall range. Anytime you're putting larger wheels on an EV, it's going to reduce your overall range. So the EQB 300 4MATIC is supposed to offer 243 miles in range. I have not seen that when I'm fully charged this week. I'm in between 204 in miles or 231 in miles. Also, the difference between that number is overall exterior temperature and within the cabin. So keep all of that in mind. As for driver assisted technology, this is a premium trim, so I'm offered LED lights all the way around. Also high beam assist, braking assist. I have blind spot monitoring, but not lane keep assist because this only has basic cruise control. And then a rear view camera and 24-hour roadside assistance. So remember, this week I'm reviewing the EQB 300 4MATIC premium trim with a few enhancements, such as the dual panel sunroof. Then I have heated front seats, and the wood trim panel. This adds roughly $2,300 and change US to the base price. If you prefer ventilated seats as well, that is an option, but regardless, both front seats are power operated and offer memory and lumbar support and a thigh extension. Additional standard features include the 10.25-inch MBUX touchscreen infotainment system with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay navigation, and up to 64 ambient lighting combinations. It looks absolutely amazing at nighttime. The optional augmented video reality feature makes finding destinations and charging towers easier, and it's well priced at $350. As for the 10.25-inch digital driver cluster, it is just that. It's fully digital and it's customizable. Two icons I've preferred using this week is the EQ icon and the settings icon. So to change that digital driver cluster, just look for systems, okay, and then decide designs and display, and you can go for classic mode, you have sport or progressive. If you want to minimize touch points and all your fingerprints up here, you can use your touchpad, and then you have additional shortcuts beside. Full transparency, I'm super slow at using this, so I just use the touch screen. It makes it so much easier. And then when you're driving, I highly recommend using this EQ icon, and then you can watch your consumption while you're driving, and you'll see where all your battery energy is going, whether it's through your driving or just using the climate in here as well. So just be aware for that. Just be aware of that. As for connectivity, pretty decent. You'll have one USB-C port up front. Beside that, you'll find one 12-volt port, and then inside your center console, you'll find an additional one USB-C port. But you also have Hey Mercedes, which is a virtual assistant.
An intelligent virtual assistant or intelligent personal assistant is a software agent that can perform tasks or services for an individual based on commands or questions.
What she said, it will help you with basic prompts. The EQB 300 4MATIC is a 5-seater compact SUV, but like I mentioned previously, you have the option for a third row, which increases your total passenger count to 7. But you'll see when I demonstrate in a second why a third row might not be practical for you. All that aside, the storage availability in here is fantastic. So up front on the sides of the door, down the center, and then back here, these pockets on the sides of the door are actually longer than they look. And then you have an individual pocket behind both front seats. And when nobody is sitting in the middle, you can take advantage of 2 traditional cup or bottle holders right here. And then for additional convenience, you have vents, which are really nicely designed. And then for connectivity, you have one 115-volt port and then 2 USB-C ports. But like I said, this one doesn't have that third row. So these seats move forwards, backwards, they recline really nice and fold. Currently, a tow rating hasn't been offered in North America, but the EQB 300 offers a payload capacity of 783 pounds, which includes the max weight you can store inside the cabin, including passengers. A power liftgate is standard on the EQB, but a hands-free option is included on the top trim Pinnacle model. Now, remember I said a third row is optional? Well, as you can envision with my demonstration, the space would be cramped for passengers and storage room reduced to almost nothing. I recommend keeping the EQB as a 5-seater and taking advantage of the convenient 40-20-40 split seats, privacy storage cover, and additional storage under the trunk floor where you can leave your $250 charging cable because a front trunk isn't offered in the EQB. When it came to overall driving comfort this week, there's a reason why Mercedes-Benz are 8-time world champions. It is incredibly comfortable, great drive. If anything, it's too smooth because it's so easy to speed in here. Overall comfort for gas, yeah, spot on. I mean, my favorite feature in all of the industry is a Mercedes-Benz steering wheel. Right, the AMG steering wheel is just amazing. The whole overall ambiance, really, really well done. The turning radius surprisingly is amazing. But when it comes to visibility out the front and the sides, good. This A-pillar is quite thin, but be aware, you do have a blind spot out that third window by the C-pillar when these second row seats are pushed all the way back, so just be aware of that. Noise cabin quality, it can be better. I find that around the 65 mile an hour range, it gets a little bit loud in here, but that could also be because in Phoenix, Arizona, their roads are kind of loud, and that could be due to the graining. I don't know, but it's kind of loud in here. But what I like to do in all my videos is recommend a complimentary test drive because, hey, they're complimentary. So look down in the description below. I try to make your purchasing decision easier for you. And while you're down there, make sure you subscribe and connect with me on social media. Thanks for watching, guys.